We're going to talk about variable addresses, pointer variables, as well as being able to dereference these pointer variables in C++. So let's talk about variables. We've talked about it a lot in our previous videos, but let's talk about getting the address of a variable. That's something we've never done before. Every variable that you create is stored in a unique address. Now, how do we get the address of that variable? We know that we can print out our variables by just calling them. So if we did like a cout and we printed out number, 1 would print. However, if we look to the right, you can see that this is what's printing. It's not the number, this is the address. So I'm printing two different addresses out, one for number and then one for number 2, in lines 16 through 17. To do the address and not the actual variable value, what you're going to want to do is put an ampersand in front. And then you're going to reference the address of the variable and not the value that's stored in that address. So that's how we would get an address of a variable. Now, what about pointer variables? Pointer variables are variables that hold an address. So if we look at this variable, you must start it with the asterisk p, and then you can have any number you want after that, and then you're going to set it equal to the reference, so and the ampersand symbol, number. This stores the pointer address, the unique address. And so if we print this out right here, it's going to be this line. Notice how it's the exact address of this one up here, and that's because we're setting it equal to the address of number. So number, which is equal to 1, the address of it is being stored inside of this pointer variable. And this is great because we can dereference it, which we'll go over in a second, and get the value again. So you see, I printed out the address here. That's going to be this one. If you want to dereference it, all you need to do, it's very simple, is put an asterisk in front of it. So see how this one printed out without an asterisk? Well, that is going to print out the address. If you print out an asterisk in front of this, so you print this entire part out, you're going to just print out the number that's stored there, or the value that's stored there. Same thing, this could go for strings or characters. We're just using integers as an example here. And then if I wanted to just print out the address, I can just print out the address. Or again, if I wanted to print out the value, put an asterisk in front of it, and you can print out the value like this. So that's how you would get the address of a variable. Hopefully this explanation helps you understand the introduction to pointer variables, how you can get them and also dereference them and get the values at the addresses, as well as get the addresses from the variables you create. If you have any questions on this beginner material, leave them in the comments below. We're going to go over more material for pointers in that playlist linked below the like button.